Don't people know you could say anything in a book and get published? Do you think like HarperCollins and Penguin and all these publishing houses are verifying this information? No. And the same goes for any topic, business, psychology, all this stuff. I'm like so jaded now. I read a book and I'm like, yeah, but is that true? You know what I mean? I'm like, they say crazy things about nutrition. Maybe people are saying crazy things about other topics. So it's not easy, but once you find like a crew of people all kind of saying the same thing and are dissecting the studies and talking you through the studies, you start to realize like, oh yeah, I can see what these people are doing. They're trying to trick me in order to buy their stuff.
Yeah. And I've heard from a few established people in the industry as well that actually happens a lot where people they're promoting a certain way of eating and maybe saying you should never eat something, but they don't genuinely even follow or believe what they're actually saying. They just know it
Yep.
makes them a lot of
They
money.
don't do it. You
Yeah,
never
and
see them
I've heard
actually
that
eat
actually
it.
happens a lot.
And
Yeah.
one of the main guys, the carnivore guy, he's now eating fruit because he said it wasn't healthy. It's like, wow, I mean, I admire him for saying that, but is he going to stop publishing his book? Is he going to like change his username? Like, is he going to not be the carnivore guy anymore? Oh,
Mm.
like that's crazy, right? And people are still, they're like carnivore coaching certifications now. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, my mind is blown. If you said, Mike, create the most ridiculous diet you could think of as a joke, that would be it. Eating
I've
nothing but meat, butter, eggs, organs. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been saying that quite a bit on social media recently. I feel
Yeah.
like Carnivore has to be like one of the worst ones I've ever heard of. And there's been a lot. Like, I just think it's ridiculous. And sometimes people will be like, oh, well, but what's so bad about that? And I'm just like, do you really need to be explained as to why eating fruits and vegetables and not eating that and skipping it for months, potentially years, isn't a good idea? Like, do we actually need an explanation? Or it just blows my mind. I feel like just a little bit of critical thinking with that one.
Yeah, and the problem is when someone believes a story, it's extremely hard to convince them that story's not real. And the story we see a lot of times is people were eating whatever. They went carnivore, they lost weight. Oh my God, it was the diet of only meat that did it. It's like, no, you ate in a calorie deficit and maybe you're healthier because you lost 50 pounds, but eat like that longer and sustain that weight, you're going to get unhealthy soon enough.
Yeah, you go from one extreme, end up going to the other.
Like, why
And
can't people just eat normal? Like, just eat normal and eat the right amount. Like, that's kind of it.
too much to ask for. How long did you say you'd been coaching nutrition for, or like just very into the topic of nutrition?
Like 2014, 13-ish. So like 10 years or so.
Because I was even going to say, even I feel like with a lot of these diets, like I'm sure a lot of them come and go. Like
Yeah.
they're popular and then they die out and then they just come back again, sometimes with a different name. And
Yep. And I
yeah,
can tell you in my time, it was paleo, and then it was keto, intermittent fasting, uh, carnivore, plant-based, and like, plant-based was probably the healthiest version. I still think that, most cases, like just especially in terms of convenience, like eating meat has its benefits. I won't convince someone who is vegan or vegetarian to eat meat. I would never do that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you see it come and go and all these things. And I joke all the time. I'm like, I want my apologies from everyone that argued with me that I was the idiot. I want you to say, wow, Mike, yeah, paleo wasn't necessary. Keto, yeah, it turns out that wasn't the healthiest. Intermittent fasting, yeah, made me eat a little less, but there's nothing magic about fasting. Carnivore, yeah, man, I probably should have had some fruit and vegetables. Like, I'm waiting for the apologies. It's just, they never come.